these examples, what we're going to do is we're just going to focus on the timesing and dividing and canceling, and we're not going to worry about the non-permissible values for now, but we'll make sure that we have to be aware of those non-permissible values, and we'll look at those later. So when we talk about dividing by fraction, really we want to just put the times and divide in the right spots. So we're going to, instead of divide, we're going to just put this divide by 8y squared in the denominator, and the divide by 12x into the numerator. Okay? Or in other words, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Once we've done that, we can start canceling out common factors. So it looks like I have a common factor of 3 here. I have a common factor of 4 here. So I'm just going to rewrite those common factors first. So I'm going to have 4 and x squared, y, and 12 is going to be 3 times 4, and then we're going to have that extra factor of x. In the denominator, I'm going to end up with our 3 factor here, and y cubed, and 8 we're going to rewrite as 2 times 4. So we do have some common y's that are going to cancel out, and we're going to end up canceling some of these factors out. So 4 times 4 divide 4 times 3 divide 3, and we're going to get rid of one of those y's with one of these y's. So what's left over in the numerator is going to be 4x squared. It's going to be 4x to the power 3 because we have 3 x's. In the denominator, I'm left with 2, and I'm left with y cubed. Okay, and since I forgot about those factors, I still have to simplify that to 2x cubed over y cubed. Okay, so I forgot that there's an extra factor of 2 here that could have canceled out. For here, we want to really just think of this as times on top, divide on bottom, so anything that can cancel, we can go ahead and cancel out. So we have our 2, I'm going to do this, cancel what I see first to simplify this because there's lots of things going on here. So I'm just going to cancel a few things first. So x and x, and then I'm going to factor. And we can cancel these y's and y's as well. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm going to rewrite this as 2 times x minus 2. That 21, I see there's a factor of 3 that I can use. And 2x plus 4, there's a common factor of 2, and becomes x plus 2. In the denominator, I have 3x plus 2. That 4 I'm going to write as 2 times 2, and that's it. That's all that's left. So now I can cancel out some common factors again. X plus 2's cancel out. I've got a 2, 2, times 2 divide 2, times 3 divide 3. Looks like everything in the denominator cancels out. And what's left in the numerator is a 7 times x minus 2, and I'm going to leave my answer in factored form. So here I have a division statement. I can start canceling right away if I want. I'm going to actually just write this in factored form. I'm going to factor a few things out here. So here this is going to factor a common 2, and I'm left with 2a minus b. I'm going to switch that to times and multiply by the reciprocal. So this is going to be 6, which I'm going to write as 2 times 3. I have an a plus 3b. And I have a 2a minus b. Those will cancel out. The 21 I'm going to write as 3 times 7. A cubed b, and the b minus a I'm going to write as -1 times a minus b. Okay, so then I can start canceling out some factors. Times 3 divide 3. Times 3 divide 3. Looks like times 2 divide 2. The binomial factors cancel out here. I've got some binomial factors here. I'm getting a lot of work here, so I'm just going to simplify this before I cancel again. So I'm going to end up with 8ab squared times a plus 3b, b, and looks like times 7 times a cubed b, and then there's a -1 factor. Okay, so then I go ahead and cancel what I can here. It looks like I've got b squared and a b squared here. I've got an a and a cubed, so I'm just going to write this as 8a plus 3b over 7, I'm going to -7, a and a cubed, left with a squared. Okay, so we should do this in steps so that we're not getting too much of a mess, so it's hard to keep track of. But if you're organized, you should be able to keep track of all the factors. If it starts looking messy, you want to make sure that you do more steps so that you're not getting lost. So why can we cancel factors when multiplying rational expressions? Because in general, times undoes a divide. Okay, and that's the reason why we cancel out factors. We're just basically undoing a times with a divide.